I wanted to discuss Ford e-brake and e-brake cables. Actually, this applies to the Ranger, some models of the Ranger, but also other Fords have had this configuration of e-brake. So let me just show you right here. My e-brake right now is in the released position. And you can see inside here, this is the brake, emergency brake lever. See, it curves down and connects to the cable. Right now, because it's released, I have a lot of room between this stud and the lever. So plenty of room there. It's probably, I don't know, an inch, 3/4 of an inch. So when I go and I retract it by setting the e-brake, you can see that the lever comes all the way up to that stud. And the stud is actually stopping it at this point. I pull the release. You can see the lever has moved back away from the stud. Now this is a normal, natural action that you want. Before I did the fix on this, I would pull the release and the lever it would just move slightly. And that would be with new e-brake cables. So I decided to take a look at why we weren't retracting correctly or releasing, and so I had to look at this assembly under here. So this kind of shows you the type of assembly, e-brake assembly I have. There are other different versions of this, maybe even within the same year, but I have this tube here. Here's the cable, and it splits off to the left and to the left cable, and then the right cable. So what I changed was this spring that was between here and here. The spring that was here before, it was like a slinky. It couldn't retract anything. It had no force to it. So I put in this brake hardware, brake drum hardware spring. I pulled it out, and I had someone else help guide it in, and now this is a much stronger spring. So once I installed this, I didn't have any more problems. I've had it in for about 6 months. When I changed out the e-brake cables before, and it would be probably about a month. Before I'd start having another problem. It wouldn't really take very long. So I really didn't, number one, trust my e-brake. I didn't want to use it. And then, of course, if you don't use it, it's not moving either. So it definitely freezes up. But now, I use it all the time. I'm not afraid it's not going to release. I'm not afraid it's going to have brake drag. It's great. All just because of a spring. So, hopefully this will solve your problem and you won't be afraid of the e-brake like I was. I didn't want to reply it. I was afraid to park on hills, the whole business. I just left it in gear and just prayed. So, alright, thanks.